David Carroll. We have big news for fans of the Chattanooga Lookouts. The city and county announced plans for a new multi-use stadium where the old Wheelan Foundry sits. And Lookouts General Manager Rich Mozingo is kind enough to come in on a very busy day to join us. Rich, I'm going to go ahead and warn you. I've been on Facebook.
That'll go any different direction.
Oh, it could go anywhere. People have questions. We know that many of you have some concerns and some doubts. So if you're ready, here we go.
Let's go.
The most common question I've seen goes something like this. Why do the Lookouts need a new stadium? We already have a new stadium. Take it away.
Well, we have a stadium that's 22 years old that was built for a fraction of what stadiums were built for at that time. And Major League Baseball took over the minor leagues about 2 years ago, and they've stepped in and said, our facility does not meet their standards. And on the small footprint that we live on right this minute, we physically don't have the ability to do the things that they need to make us up to standard for a AA ballpark in Major League Baseball now.
So Major League Baseball calls a lot of these shots, and this will keep the Lookouts here,
right?
Thankfully, after
right.
100 years or so. Now, for those people, and I know you're out there, who are concerned that their tax bills will skyrocket to pay for this new stadium. We've heard people say this is all tax money, and it's going to be a boondoggle. Can you ease their fears?
Absolutely. 96% of what's going to go into that baseball stadium is going to be from the development itself, from the Lookouts and the development around the stadium. 4% will come from the city and county. So 2% from the city, 2% from the county. So the city and county are on the hook for about $1.5 million apiece. And what we're talking about, David, is a development that's going to be close to $1 billion further down the road. So this development will pay for itself and pay the bonds that we're going to float in really no time.
Okay. And I've also heard people say, they play baseball maybe 70 days a year. And here we are building this new stadium. What are they going to do with it the other 295 days?
Well, I'm telling you, if we're in it for 70 days and that's it, we have failed badly. We're going to do wedding receptions. We're going to do Rotary lunches. We're going to do kids batting in our batting cages. We're going to do football games, soccer games. We're going to open that stadium up hopefully 300 plus days a year to have other events come into our facility and really into our city. This is going to be a city-county Lookouts partnership, and what we really want to do is continue to get people to come downtown and participate in what's happening in Chattanooga.
Some people have likened this to the situation in Atlanta, which built the Truist Park a few years ago, the outdoor surroundings referred to as the Battery. I was watching a game the other night. There were 40,000 people in the stadium. There were a few thousand others out of the Battery just hanging out, watching the game on the big screen. Certainly we're not going to draw 40,000 people, but are the comparisons fair that that's the atmosphere you'd like to promote?
No, absolutely it is. It's a live, work, and play environment down there. What we're hoping to do is have retail down there and have restaurants down there, hotels, bars, office buildings. So what we want is people to come to that site and stay on that site. And even on days that we're not playing baseball, people are going to be coming in. And days that we are playing baseball, if you don't have a ticket to the Lookouts game, let's go to one of the restaurants down there. Or let's visit one of the retail shops down there. That's kind of what we're hoping to do. And we think with the developer that we have on board, Jim Irwin is just amazing from New City Properties out of Atlanta. So hopefully he sees that vision as well, and that's what he's working for also.
So he's going to be the point person as far as making all these different parts
He will
come
be the
together.
master developer for the site.
We've also heard from viewers saying if you're going to build something on that property and people want to see something happen to improve that property, why not build something that will benefit everyone instead of just a few baseball fans? In other words, I guess the short version, how does this benefit me and my family?
Well, what it's going to do is it's going to raise, there's two ways to raise our tax base in the United States. You can either raise people's taxes or you can grow. And what we're going to do is grow, and grow in a huge, substantial way. So one of the things we talked about today is over the course of the bonds, we're going to give more than $40 million to the school system. That's going to help you out. We're going to bring a blighted area. We're going to bring retail. We're going to bring more tax base to that area. So everything is going to be raised up from just the development that's going on there. One of the issues they've had forever down there, David, is no one to be the first one in. Now we have the opportunity to do a baseball stadium down there, and I'm telling you, there's tons of development ready to go as soon as we get the sign off for the baseball stadium.
Well, let's talk aesthetics. One of the complaints I've had about the current stadium, two things actually, not much room for the kids to run around and get their yayas out, and the other is that view of the sun right into your eyes as you're sitting there for the first 5 innings. Are we going to build this stadium in the right direction?
We are absolutely going to build it in the right direction. And to your first question about the kids, we're going to have a 360-degree walkway around here, so you can get up and walk around the ballpark. We'll have areas for kids a kids zone down there. We'll have a bar out in the outfield area. So we're going to have a ton of things for different people to do during the course of the game. If you want to sit down and watch nine innings, we've got you set. If you want to go watch your kids bounce on a bounce house or climb a rock wall, those sorts of things, we're going to have you set for all those.
None of those things currently exist. And finally, believe it or not, and this is going to stun you, not everybody on Facebook is complaining. I read one today that said, I can't wait. When will the new stadium, when will the surrounding restaurants, when will all those be available for us to enjoy?
Well, I think the opening of the baseball stadium, right now we're circling April of 2025 to be in the new baseball stadium. I think you're going to start seeing development on it much before then. A baseball stadium is a long process, but I think you're going to start seeing residential and retail and possibly some office space much sooner than that.
All right. Well, from a personal standpoint, I'm looking forward to the new view, the gateway to the city as you come in on 24, because it hasn't been pleasant for an awfully long time. Rich, thank you for coming in to see us on a very busy day.
Absolutely.
We'll look forward to the progress there on the new site.
Thank y'all so much. I appreciate you.